Hello and welcome to Tuesday Night TerrorVision. I am your host, the father of currency, here with Mrs. Co-host to you, the one, the only, Trina from where? Real Hara.
Yes, that's me. Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Looking forward to getting into this movie with you. And happy 1-year anniversary to this show.
I know it is. It is our 1-year anniversary today that Trina and I have been doing Tuesday Night TerrorVision. And yeah, it's crazy to think that we've went through an entire year. I think this is like episode number 40. So we nailed 40 out of 52 Tuesdays last year. We reviewed movies. We had a compilation episode. We did a couple live watch-alongs. It's been fun so far. I've enjoyed it, and not only that, but you have tolerated me as a co-host.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been a lot of fun. And yeah, I just can't believe it's already been a year.
I know. God, I think, like, I'm trying to think offhand. I'm trying to think of the worst movie we reviewed in the last year. We should have had this prepared for the event that our guest hasn't showed up yet. But
yeah,
no shade, just he hasn't showed up yet, and that's fine. Yeah. But
I would have to say, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Yeah, that is. You're not. I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong at all.
Yeah.
That even fucking Madman was better than that.
Yeah.
Even In a Violent Nature was better than that.
Yeah.
I mean, God, and poor Blake. Poor Blake. Blake sat for 4.5 hours with us. His first appearance on the show, and reviewed both of those dumpster fires.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's a fucking Iron Man. He's an Iron Man.
It's crazy. That was his introduction into the
fold.
Being our guest. Like, here, this is what we're reviewing. Like
baptism by fire.
Yep.
Hi, Sherry. How you doing? Tommy, manliness, feel better soon, brother. Manliness a little bit under the weather. Like I said, feel better soon, homie. Yeah, if you guys aren't aware, we now are on Twitch as well, and you can follow us over there, as I'll be doing gaming bathtub streams very soon. No, I'm not Belle Daphne. I'm just kidding. Plus, nobody's paying for that. Maybe some weird Albanians.
You never know. You really never know.
There's a fetish for everything, and I mean, somebody might want a big nose bald Jew.
What is it? What is that law about the thing where, like, if you can think of it, there's
Rule 34?
Yes, that one.
That's right off the top of my head. Rule 34.
Yep.
If you can think of it, there's a prawn for it. Yeah, that's basically the way it shakes out. God. So I'm trying to think here. Probably what would you say one of the best? I'd say we could go top 3 movies we reviewed in the last year. I'm going to throw one out there right now, right off the top of my head. Fucking Longlegs.
I really loved that one.
That movie got so much hate.
It did. It
got so. What were we talking about? Was it Imaginary? Remember Imaginary?
Yes, Imaginary.
We loved that. Both of us loved that movie.
Yep.
And everybody's like, that movie sucks. All the big reviewers like, this is shit.
Yeah.
That's why I messaged you. I'm like, am I tripping? Are we in the wrong here?
I was just thinking about that over the weekend. I was thinking about Imaginary, and because it's been kind of in the back of my mind ever since. I'm like, I can't understand why we like this movie so much, but everyone else seems to hate it. Like, what did we get wrong here? I don't know, but I loved it. Sherry.
Or innocent mind, I just Googled Rule 34. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should have put a warning.
Don't hit images.
That'd be great. You're screen sharing it. What's rule 34? Oh, Jesus. Why, Lord? I was showing a trailer for a movie, and we were streaming it, and I didn't realize the trailer was on YouTube. I was like, oh shit, tits! No, stop!
Yeah.
Yeah, and I accidentally left tits in one of my videos. I had to take that out. It was of course, it was fucking Malibu Express, the Andy Sedaris movie. I'm watching the video. I'm like, oh God. I'm like, I got to go back and re-edit the scene. I forgot the censor bar here.
Oh my God. It reminds me of the time when Wes Moody used to do his trekking on Tuesdays, but he used to do, we called it Family Prawn Night because he used to edit the prawn parodies.
Yep.
And he always used to forget to edit. Like I think he got a little too distracted, so he would leave some part of it in. And yeah, one time there was a lot of stuff on the side of the screen, and it was like, whoops.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Me too,
with that.
Jerry.
You got to be careful with that. Speaking of being careful, folks, carefully, I will bring our guests into the studio through the green room, through gorilla position, right down the ramp, down ringside. There's a wrestling reference for you, Trina. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tyler and Jason. Welcome, gentlemen.
It's great to be here. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
It's okay. It's all right.
Glad to have you.
You're here.
It's great to be here.
Welcome back.
Yes, it's definitely been a hot minute.
It has been, and we were just saying this is Trina and I's 1 year anniversary of doing the show. So you guys are here on our anniversary, and we were discussing some of the best and worst movies we've reviewed.
Madman.
Well, Madman was better than what did we say, Trina?
Rob Zombie's.
Oh yeah, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I was like, I'll take Madman over that any day. That one, yeah, like I said, we felt bad because we brought Far From Blake on for that stream, and it was his first time on the channel, and the stream was 4.5 hours.
Yep.
We went through both movies like with a fine-tooth comb.
That was the longest stream we ever did.
I had to split it into 2 separate videos and re-upload each of them like as a video. So it's like, you don't want to sit through a 4.5 hour review. Here's a 2 hour and 15 minute one of each.
Yep.
The longest that ours have been is like 2 hours and like 8 minutes or something like that.
Something.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you. What's new over there, Tyler?
Okay, well, finally have new stuff coming down for the channel to finally upload more stuff. So that's great. A lot of updates to eventually put out. And I have 1 month left of college, and then I am done. So that opens up a little bit more room for creativity.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Congrats.
Yeah. Anything new for you?
Besides the fact that me and my wife we got a house. We've been busy.
Cool.
I changed jobs.
Excellent.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Congrats, bro.
Thank you.
Well, it sounds like good news abound, and I like to hear that. I like to hear that. That makes things nice. Like I said, I haven't seen you guys in a while, and things obviously changed for the better, which is fucking mazel tov. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And
hopefully things have been good on both of y'all's end.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everything's copacetic here at Wakuian Manor. We've got the roof still here, and the fucking security wall hasn't been breached by zombies yet, so we're good. We're good. Everybody's got to have an 8-foot security wall. I wish I had one of those. I wanted to build a fucking huge fence around the property, and the wife's like, we can't do that. It's like, why? She's like, we have neighbors. I'm like, we don't have any property association laws here. Let's do it. Concrete wall, steel reinforced with electric fences. I'm like, I want this motherfucker to be locked down like Guantanamo Bay. All right. I'm like, I want fucking gates at the driveway. She's like, that's a bit excessive. I'm like, no, it isn't. We're fortifying. God damn it. We're fortifying. Trust me, one day when the smash and stab start, you'll thank me for this construction that we had to take out a fucking 2 liens on the house to build. But don't worry about it. It's fine. We're all fine.
At least we're safe.
Now, if I can build that widow's walk off the fucking front of the house, that'll be it'd turn out like the one on Family Guy where it was built with like duct tape and fucking Lincoln logs. Hey, Lois, walk out here. No, I got back into the wrestling business. Back in November, I started training in the ring again, got back into lifting, put on about 30 pounds, and decided I'm going to wrestle again. So I wrestled my first match in January, worked some commentary in February, March, I wrestled again. And I've got 2 shows this month. I'm doing color and managing on the 12th, and then I'm wrestling on the 26th. And I hit the ring usually on Wednesdays and sometimes Saturday nights too, just to train. So, yeah, that's
wow.
Yep, it's
ambitious.
Yeah, it's been fun, man. It's been fun. And my return match, I actually came out wearing my custom fucking hockey mask that I ended up making. You can't really see it too well in that picture. I'll send you a couple shots because I went through and my buddy does props, so he showed me how to make it weathered with like the mustard and the paint and all that. You know,
Yeah.
how you layer it. So yeah, dude, I weathered it and it's got battle damage on it. It looks pretty rad. But I only wore it once because I went back to kind of like my old. I was gonna do like a complete like gimmick change in my first match. Like a minute before I came through the curtain, I changed. I'm like, no, call me Pete Daddy Dollar. I'm like, I can't do it. But I still wore the hockey mask down, but I wore all the old gear and I've kind of changed it all up now. So, but yeah, that's fun. And Trina loves hearing about wrestling, but
oh yeah.
There's an angry wall of text on my phone. God damn it. You have not lost your touch at all in the last year, but it is time to get into this review of April Fool's.
April Fool's Day. Get ready to party till you drop.
And I have to say, the song they used in the trailer, it was at 3 Dog Night. Mama Told Me Not to Come. I fucking love that song. I have loved that song since I was a kid. My mom used to listen to a lot of 3 Dog Night. I've got a couple of their vinyls that my dad scored in raids. Because my dad's a retired narcotics cop. And the only thing, and I asked him, I said, what did you take in raids? He goes, the only thing I ever stole was vinyl. He goes, and that's where I got all my Isaac Hayes and Curtis Mayfield and all those records and shit like that a normal white guy would not have. But yeah, I got those. They came out of dens of ill repute and other criminal enterprises in the 70s in Detroit. But I do love me some 3 Dog Night. And this movie, I didn't realize that, number one, this was a Paramount release, and number two, it dropped the same year as fucking Jason Lives, 1986.
What the fuck?
Like, Paramount released both these movies in the same year. I want to look up the release date. This one came out, it wasn't released on April 1st. What was the release date? Let's see. Hang on. Was it May? They released it on, wait, no, hang on. Let me see. Where the fuck was this at? Let me see. 1986. Just show me the damn release date. Mecca like a high. Mecca, God, I hate you. Why, Lord? There we go, right there. Wikipedia. Let's see. Release date, March 27th, 1986. Okay. So release that March 27th. Now, let's see. Jason Goes to Hell. Not Jason Goes to Hell. Fuck
Jason Lives.
Jesus Christ, help me, Rhonda. We're real professional here. It's April Fool's, folks. Real professional. Don't worry about it. Okay, so that was released on August 1st, 1986. So they released this one before Jason Lives. This one made what was around 13 million. Let's see, I keep saying that. Fuck, kill me. Just fucking kill me. Jason Lives, Friday the 13th Part 6, made 19.5 million, and April Fool's Day, I think it was like 13. Yeah, 13 million. Friday the 13th Part 6 had a $3 million budget. This actually had a $2 million higher budget. But
Wow.
What?
yeah, it had $2 million more to the budget and made $6 million less than Part 6. Frank Mancuso did executive produce on April Fool's Day, but I didn't really see anybody else. I thought the one guy that played Rob was in Friday the 13th, but he wasn't. Like I said, that was the guy that played the male stripper that kept sleeping through class in summer school, Larry. And you've seen that movie, right? Summer School? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was explaining it to Trina earlier. She's like, is it horror? I'm like, no, the only horror aspect are Chainsaw and Dave, who are like fucking horror freaks. And I love those two when I saw that movie as a kid. Like, and then like I just bought it recently for like $3 or $4 at Walmart. But this movie has
nice
a
little
good
steal.
cast. Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah, the cast was like really stacked. We had what was her name? Is it Amy?
Amy Steele from Friday.
Amy Steele from Friday 2. We had Ken Olant from Leprechaun, and something else, I'm sure. The guy from
Biff from Back to the Future.
Biff, yeah. Thomas F. Wilson, Biff. And throughout my review, I just referred to him as Biff. I'm like, I don't care what your character's name is, Art or Arthur or Artie. I'm like, you're fucking Biff Tannen to me forever. Like, you will always be Biff.
It's literally the first thing I noticed when we started watching. I'm like, that's Biff.
Yeah. I noticed Ken Olant right away because of Leprechaun. So I was like, oh, he's in this?
Still never seen that.
I noticed Amy Steele.
Right away.
Yeah.
Deborah Foreman, too, who's been in a plethora. She was in one of my favorite off-key vampire movies, Sundown, the Vampire in Retreat. She's a hot blonde. She played a hot vampire in that damn movie. But that's Bruce Campbell's in that. If you've never seen it, I recommend it. It's a Western, like Emmett Walsh is in it. One of my favorite like character actors of all time. The little old man.
What's the name of it?
Sundown, the Vampire in Retreat. I think David Carradine. Yeah, David Carradine's in it. He plays the main. Is he the villain? Fuck. It's been probably 20 years since I've seen that movie because I've got it on VHS somewhere. I haven't found I brought home another stack of VHSs from Dad's house. He's like, here, take these. And I mean, I have Super Bowls dating back to 1987 now. I mean, and then movies my mom started recording in like 86 off of like HBO and shit like that. So, but yeah, Sundown, the Vampire in Retreat, highly recommend. If you're a fan of like comedic vampire movies with a Western setting.
Well, you said it's got Bruce Campbell in it, so that seals it for me.
You're sold right there. She's like, you had me at Bruce Campbell.
Yep.
I watched. Bruce Campbell is the reason that I watched Maniac Cop. He was in Maniac Cop, right?
Yes, yeah, for like 1 second at the end.
Yep. And then he was a bigger character in the second one, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was he didn't have like a comedic role in that one.
No, he was being way too serious.
Yeah. And Bruce Campbell's the reason why I enjoyed Burn Notice so much.
See, I never watched that show. I never watched Burn Notice.
I liked it.
God damn it, manliness. Mama told me not to come. Pee Wee Herman at the theater. Manliness.
Some folks have a strange idea of entertainment.
You gotta have the old.
You sure do.
Groundskeeper in here. But yeah, so we started. I said we start out with the VHS camera introducing. I think it's Mary, who basically she's giving us our exposition dump at the beginning of the movie. That's the job of her talking to the camera is exposition, and I said we get like a soft intro to like most of our principal cast right here as they're boarding the ferry. And yeah, we kind of get like you've got camcorder guy was that Chaz. Yeah, Chaz. And Mary is kind of like she was like was it Mary or Nikki? No, it's Nikki, I think. It's Nikki. Nikki's like kind of like the other like uppity one, and Nancy is the kind of the demure blonde who's very studious and quiet.
Nancy Youngblood, or that was her name or something.
Yeah, she's the one that
right.
she kind of shows up late with the heavy suitcases, and I love that Biff goes to fucking carry him, and then he just drops him and runs. He's like, nah, you're on your own. You're on your own, lady. It's like Jesus. Chivalry is dead, apparently, according to Biff Tannen. Surprised he didn't call her a butthead and run away. That would have been fucking great. Hey, just call her a butthead and run away real quick. Like, just a little nod and wink, because Back to the Future came out like 84, right? It was 84, 85? 85. So it came out the year before this. So, I mean, they could have even done that in post. Like, hey, just kind of ADR this in there. It would have looked horrible, but it would have been fucking hilarious. Butthead, what? He just walks. He takes off running. So we're going to the island, which is owned by Muffy, who we see her. She's cleaning her basement, moving around some mannequin parts, and she dismisses the housekeeper, Clara. And Muffy's family owns the entire fucking island. And you see, we get that montage of her remembering her past birthdays as she's winding that Jack in the Box, which that thing comes into play later on in the movie. We see it again. But she finds this in the basement, and she sees, like, when it pops, it's like a monster looking, like, little puppet that pops out of it.
Looks like a boglin, like a little miniature boglin.
Oh, the boglins. I forgot about those little shits.
I have one in the top of the closet over there. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Who is it? Secret Galaxy did a video about the boglins. He's like a toy channel, and like 80s retro stuff. You're familiar with them? Yeah, he did a video on them like maybe last year. I was like, oh shit, boglins. It was just kind of cool. I was like, you don't hear them mentioned much in the grand scheme of retro toys. But so we're still waiting for our ferry to the island, and it arrives. I said we get our archetype captain, who is all gruff and garsh, and all gruffy with the kids, these damn kids. And he said, I don't get paid overtime. It's Friday. It's the last run, damn it. So our two last-minute guests arrive, and that is Rob and Harvey, but you can call me Hal. I'm Harvey, but you can call me Hal. Remember that the kind of redneckish guy, I guess. He would be. Yeah. But so Rob is Ginny's. I keep calling her Ginny. I'm just gonna call her Ginny. What the fuck was her? Kit. I think her name was Kit.
Yeah, Kit.
Amy Steele's character. Yeah,
Amy Steele's character. I again in my writings, I just referred to her.
I hate the names.
Yeah, I'm like, Kit doesn't suit her. I'm like, you're still Ginny. That's your name. You're Ginny. You didn't die in Friday the 13th Part 2. You just moved to the Northeast, because I believe that's where this is. Is this supposed to be the North? They don't really say, do they?
I don't think they really say.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I say they pretty much left like the destination ambiguous. Like, yeah. And for April Fools today, if you guys are wondering, yes, this is the juice. This is the juice. We're watching a movie about murder, so I'm wearing an OJ jersey. Love the juice, baby. Love the juice. He didn't do it. If he did. But so we are we're getting our journey. The cast, they get to know each other. They're getting to know each other, and some hijinks ensue that will carry on through the film, which is the knife game. Trina, you said you had some notes on the knife game. Was it Stretch? What it was called?
Yeah. This thing, I never heard of this game until watching this movie. So some game, they call it Stretch, and I guess they throw the knife down on the dock, and the knife, wherever the knife lands, they stretch to.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. I never heard of it.
I never really fully caught on to the rules of it, because I was like, why is he stretching like that? And that's the game. Like your knees aren't supposed to touch the ground or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It's kind of like Twister, but
with a knife.
With a switchblade. Wait. Handful of grease. My head feels right. All I need is my switchblade knife and those girls. Little Motley Crue there from around the same time this movie was released, and there's a switchblade reference there somewhere, so we just dug it out.
I didn't even know. I should have known what you were referencing.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
Goddamn, Trina, come on, some. And I shouldn't even give Vince Neil the time of day after I interviewed him, and he was a fucking prick. Like I interviewed him. I
didn't know you
interviewed
did
him
that.
when I was in. It was when I was in radio. I had like a period where I got to interview like him and Mark Slaughter, and like Mark Slaughter was fucking awesome, and then Vince Neil was a complete asshole. Like just. Just exactly what you'd expect from like a prima donna fucking rock star who's past his prime but still thinks he's the fucking, up there. Yeah, that was Vince.
Wow.
Yeah, he was an asshole. But so yeah, they're playing the Switchblade game, and it goes awry, doesn't it, Trina?
Yeah. So okay, so they actually get to like they're about to get to where the dock where they're headed to like this island thing, and they start fighting for some reason. I don't even know why they started fighting. So they start throwing the knife at each other, and so one kid throws it at the other, and I can't remember names at this point, and then the other kid throws it at the first kid who threw the knife, and it goes right.
Biff threw it at Skip, who was established to be Muffy's distant cousin.
Yes. Well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
quote unquote cousin.
Yeah. For all intents and purposes,
Yeah.
where we are now, yes, her cousin.
Yeah.
Biff threw it at Skippy, and
got him right in the tummy.
Right in the
right in the old
abs.
bread basket, right between the numbers.
Yeah.
And so like, he falls in very dramatically.
Yeah.
Yep.
The fucking the acting in this scene was fucking just fantastic. Like I want to know. I want to find out when this was shot and how cold and where. I didn't look it up, but where that was, because like they were kind of having fun with it. You know what I mean? But it's like, goddamn, I bet they were freezing their asses off depending on where they shot this and what time of year. Like, because we were like the Friday the 13th movies, like part 4 with
the one with that girl who was in the raft.
Yeah,
in the water.
and
that was part 4.
Part 4, and what's his name? That was playing Jason in 4. Fuck, is it Ted White?
Ted White,
no. Yeah, White. Ted White was playing him in 4, and he got into it with the fucking director over that and said, if you don't let her out of here right now, I'm fucking walking.
Yep. Like, and she got I think she got hypothermia.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, she got hypothermia from that scene. So yeah, these water scenes, like, yeah, they come out like looking cool, but it's like, man, the conditions that they have to go through, and think of how many takes. Like, they're not nailing this probably the first shot. So you're gonna have to fucking dry off, get in the water again. Like,
yeah, because when they first go in, it's probably like, oh my god, this is cold.
Yep. Yeah. Getting over that initial shock. So yeah, and then what's his name? Buck. The Bucky or Buck there, the deckhand, like, and they showed him throwing his rope, the deck line around the clevis, as it were, on the dock. He's easily lassoing this clevis with his nautical knot that he's tied, which I worked in the marine industry for fucking 10 years. I know these stupid terms. So this is established that we've seen him do this. So he jumps in and he's gonna save Skippy there, who it's a work. He pulls up the fucking gimmick he had on and the knife, and it hit him in the right spot. So it was all a joke, which we've seen. This is gonna keep happening. And they get to the dock. I love that. Buck's in the water still at this point. It's like, hey, just throw me the line. So I can't remember which one of the girls it is throws him the line, and he's tossing it up, and he can't fucking hit the deal. And I'm sitting there going like immediately in my head, I'm like, okay, it's a fucking, this is playing in later, because when he gets crushed by the boat against the dock, they don't exactly show it. It's just like you hear him screaming. I thought the effect when he popped up out of the water was fantastic, though. It looked fucking great.
Yeah. Yep. Practical effects were great in this. movie.
Yeah, he was like absolutely losing it when he.
Oh yeah, he sold
From
the
like
shit out of
if it was a real injury, which was the half of his face.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was losing
Oh
it,
yeah.
spazzing and everything.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
did a good job with that.
Yeah. So I love it because the Marine Patrol, like the sheriff, constable, as Muffy calls him, was right there. Like he was already over there. And he comes over and immediately the captain and Buck jump in his boat and fucking take off because that's quicker. And Buck is just screaming just screaming bloody murder the entire way until they're like out of earshot. Like you can hear him just screaming. And the constable is worried. You know, he's like, what the heck? You know, what, I want you guys to stay here. And he tells Muffy, who has made her way down to the beach to meet them, because when they're on the approach before all this happens, the one girl Nikki was like, oh, we're staying here for the weekend, like because the dock looks like very dilapidated and run down.
Yeah.
So she's kind of like, eh. So the sheriff, he takes off. He tells Muffy, I need your boat. She tells him the keys are under the cushion. So he gets in their boat and takes off, and everybody gets in the cars. The mood's kind of somber now. You know, Skip is blaming himself for this. And yeah, so it's a little bit of a downer, but they get to the mansion. I said they arrive at Muffy's mansion and they're fawning over the view, which this place is gorgeous. Like I'm not gonna undersell it. Like it's again, I want to know where this is because the setting, the water view, everything is fucking beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It was, yeah. I want to say this is probably in the north, like Maine or something like that. That's kind of what it looks like.
I have no idea. I probably like around the same area where they filmed Friday the 13th.
It could have been, but they did some. All right, I'm looking it up now. Filming. Ha! After considering shooting at Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts, and Seattle, Washington, producer Mancuso decided to shoot the film on Vancouver Island in Victoria, British Columbia.
Okay.
So it was Canada. I was wrong.
Okay.
Fucking Vancouver, where they filmed Batwoman. We're good. I'm fine. Had some bad memories there for a while, but so no, they arrive at the mansion. The place is gorgeous, and they open the dining room, which is the formal dining room, the sliding doors, which I absolutely love. They open that up, and there's the formal table set with place cards with their names and a Barbie or a Ken doll at each place, denoting, you know, depending on which gender the cast member or guest is sitting, you know, it's arranged. And was it Biff makes a comment about the napkins with, I think they had bunnies on them.
You spared no expense.
And sporks.
Yeah.
And sporks.
Yeah.
So let's see. So the next scene really is that's of any consequence. We go into the kitchen, and the girls then are taking the sex quiz. We have, what is it, Nikki, Muffy, and I think it's Ginny, Kit. I'm just going to call her Ginny. We all know she's Ginny. Yep. We'll understand. So Ginny and them are in the kitchen taking the sex quiz, and you could see that was kind of a funny scene. It was they mixed it up like this is like they call it a horror dark comedy, and yeah, they mixed things up really well. And there is like a level, even though you kind of can see, like, especially with the benefit of hindsight, where it's going, like the suspense was built actually pretty well in the beginning, when you start to get into like the second act where the cast starts disappearing. Yeah. You know, I like that. And I think given what the script was, like the characters were, each of them got a little bit of development to at least, you know, make you kind of not fully invest in them, because a lot of, you know, they're archetypes. They are. Yeah. But some of them obviously got more the backstory than others, like Rob and Ginny. You know, you got like during the dinner scene, after the whoopee cushion, of course, that Nancy sits on, which was fucking funny.
And also the chair, the breakaway or the fold chair, or whatever it was.
It's like I described it as a collapsible chair that Biff sits in and then takes a quarter roll to the back out of the chair.
As the chair fixes itself.
Yeah.
To this day, I don't know if I've seen any of those, but I'm sure.
I've never seen that, but that's fucking clever as hell, and I like it. I like it. But it comes out that Rob didn't get accepted to medical school. And you know he doesn't want to talk about it, and you know Ginny keeps kind of prodding at him because she doesn't know, they haven't had a chance to discuss it yet, but because he kind of like shrugged it off on the ferry ride over when they were kind of like, they talked a little bit, and then Hal the cowboy and Nikki, he went over because she was down to her bikini, and you know they were kind of checking her out, and while everybody else yeah.
I remember that part.
Yep. Yeah. What the fuck? What was the comment he made to her at the end? Oh,
plow your field.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, somebody's on like to plow your field.
That was at the well scene.
Was that the well scene?
That was the well scene. Yeah, remember?
Was that the well? I thought that was on the boat.
That was the well scene.
It was the well.
She was sitting on the ground, and they were talking, and I forget what the context was, but she said something, and he looked at her and said that to her.
What was the comment that when she took everything off, she's wearing the very 80s,
bathing suit? Yeah. I forget what he said, but he did say another comment, but I can't remember what it was.
What is the name? What is the name Muffy short for?
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Muff Diver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because I made the joke. Okay, yeah. It's muff. It's a type of fish.
Yeah.
Thank you, because I could have sworn it sounded exactly what he said was, plow your field at that scene.
But... that was at the well scene.
Yep. Yeah, that was the well scene.
Yeah, because they were talking about how he's like a cowboy or hick or something like that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And he was asking her, he was like, what does muff mean? Started rambling off.
Yeah.
Immediately in my head, that song, "She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy," popped into my head when she fucking...
International Harvester.
Yeah, oh my International Harvester. Oh my God, it's sad that I know that song, but I do.
I thought the one scene was funny too that you kind of skipped over, where after they were looking at the cards and stuff on the table and everything, the one dude made a comment about something about hide the sausage, and then it skipped to them cooking the food and the hot dog.
The hot dog's coming out of the package. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, that's not something that me and Tyler say now. It's like he called me earlier. He's like, "Bro, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm about to go take a shower." And he's like, "Oh, before you go take a shower, you want to play hide the sausage?" And I'm like,
"Yeah, that's another." And I'll get to the gaiety. The gaiety that was abound.
No, it's not gay. That's just best
that's
friends
just bro
right
stuff.
there.
That's just bro. I said that in my notes too. We'll get there because I'll read exactly verbatim what I wrote about that, because I'm like, it basically, spoiler alert. I'm like, yeah, that's something that all guys that are bros have done before, like just that goofing around shit. Like it just, yeah.
Yeah, because in the very beginning, where the dude with the camera is filming them, and they're like, "Tell us about yourself," and then he goes to the two guys, and because one of the girls says, "I F on the first date," and then he gets to the guys, and the guy's like, "Yeah, I F on the first date too," and then he puts his arm around his friend and he goes, "Actually, we did, didn't we?" And then they start joking around like that. And and they do that we got a few more, like a couple more times. They joke like that.
Yep.
If it doesn't work out with chicks, they get each other. Always.
No, we don't joke like that.
I was gonna say they just get drunk and act on it, but
yeah,
it's okay.
But
that's what college is for.
Yeah,
that's what college is for. Women, they go through their phase in college and they're like, okay, I gotta have a family. Scissoring's not gonna get it done. It's not gonna happen. I don't know. Should I play the Helen Keller gif right now? I don't know.
No, let's just go.
Okay. So So let's see. Where are we? Oh, so we're finding our rooms. This is where we're at. We're finding our rooms for the evening, and I skimmed to see where Hal is smoking the cigar, and he's like monologuing about how Buffy's been attracted to me since day one. You saw me in Econ 305. He kind of sounds like a retarded Peyton Manning. It's fine. We're all fine.
He doesn't really, guys. Anybody watching this review? He doesn't really sound like that.
No, he doesn't sound like calculating Manning or debating Manning.
With my charming wits and your money.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Yeah,
Shouldn't say that.
yeah. Okay, that's not gonna work. This is right here. Biff and camera guy, whose name is Chaz, act gay like most guys do jokingly. Like, that's exactly what I wrote. That's the shit that happens. You know, it's like I was at fucking wrestling camp last week, and the one kid Ryan walks by me, and I was like, "Hey, babe, good job." Slap him on the ass. I'm like, that's the shit that happens. I'm like, we're wrestlers. We play fight in tights. Trust me, acting fucking gay is not out of the realm of fucking possibility. It fucking happens. Shit, we were working a practice match, and fucking Vince throws me in a goddamn head scissors out of a fucking side headlock takeover. I'm like, squeeze me, big boy. He starts fucking laughing. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I just broke kayfabe. My bad.
Being guys.
Yeah. It's like, you're hypnotizing me, Vince. Stop it. But anyway, so Biff, Hal had found some strange news headlines in his room, and there were different things highlighted in them. I think that was the car crash or a fire. No, somebody disappeared in the fog and died in the fog.
Yeah. So
disappeared in the fog or something.
Yeah, there was one about a fire and then one about people missing in a fog.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's these pranks in each room. Yeah, the newspaper clippings. There's a heroin kit in one of the bathrooms.
Yeah.
I said that Biff finds a heroin kit in the medicine cabinet.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was.
I was like, was that Courtney Love's room?
The doorknob. It's another one.
Yeah.
Just like,
The picture with the moving eyes, that was the cat clock.
Yep, that was in Rob and Ginny's room.
That actually comes into play like
Later
that.
on.
Yeah, that's important later. And then there's in Nikki and in Chaz's room. Wait, no, not Nick. Yeah, Nikki and Chaz's room.
Yep.
There's that like S&M collar thing.
Yeah, the handcuffs or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
There was.
Yep. And then in Nan's room, there's a tape recorder playing in her closet of a baby crying, which is important later.
Oh, whoever was smoking the cigar.
Yeah, the cigar.
That was Hal. His cigar blew up
Yeah.
in his face. Yeah, because Chaz was walking away from his room after he come in and he caught him kind of rifling through the doors. And then he's walking away, he hears bang. And it sounded like a 38 pop. I'm like, oh shit. Like,
Yeah.
But we go back and then we see Hal's face is black with the fucking Acme cigar. Like, I was like, how does that work without actually injuring the person? Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Something blows up in your face, like it's gonna fuck your eyes up. But hey,
Yeah.
good old Shallow Hal, he was fine. Shallow Hal was fine. And we had the lights. Did we mention the light?
Yeah.
Mention
Trick
the
lights.
Yeah. I like how Rob finally just says fuck it, he unscrews the one bulb.
Yeah.
He's just like, no, we're not doing this anymore.
Because the one scene after Biff goes and follows Muff to her room and then shoos him away, and then he does the collar thing like they were talking about.
Yep.
And he goes back to his room and he sits in the chair again and falls again.
Oh, let's not forget he was going through the hallways and then he went into the
the one room.
that
room.
weird position. I was like,
Yeah.
wait, what is he doing? What?
I rewound that twice. I'm like, wait, how?
Yeah, I did too.
Where are the limbs? I'm like, okay, so this is the all right. This is. I'm like, what? Wait, what? I was like, is this Tommy Wiseau banging Lisa's belly button again? Like, Lisa, I'm going to have sex with your belly button.
I don't know what the fuck that was. I was like, looking at it, trying to put pieces together. I'm like, who?
Yeah,
is
because
doing
he
this?
walked in there all funny and then saw it and then immediately backed up the same way and went, nope.
And they weren't even phased by it. They were just like, okay.
They're just like, eh.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
could have done any position,
And
but they
this is
did
what
like
you
the
choose.
tarantula or something. That's
I don't know.
what it looked like.
I know, right?
The tarantula, yes.
The
That's
tarantula.
the thing now. That's the thing.
I'm gonna go see if my girlfriend wants to try it. Hey, you want to try the tarantula?
I won't ask my wife that. I'll ask the Gumar. That's let's see. So we go to let's see. So this is where we go outside and Skippy.
Yep.
He's
just
got
been,
his.
He's just been outside,
He's
moping.
drunk. He's outside stumbling around, and he makes his way down to the dock. And what the fuck does he cut off? And is he?
I don't. We were trying to figure out what kind of plant that was too.
Yeah, I was like, is that weed?
It's like there's no
Because
way.
he's like
That's, I was
sniffing.
like, it wouldn't grow that close to the. I don't know if because it's down by the water. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know what it was.
I think it would get over saturated with moisture and be moldy at that point. And then even then, you wouldn't take the leaves. You'd be looking for buds. What's up, Ariel O'Neill Ballet? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Only if they want to call me daddy. That's fine. I don't require that. That's not a requisite. Pete is fine.
All I noticed was the profile picture. I was like, hey, wait a minute.
Wait, I got my swerve. Somebody race swapped Swerve Strickland from AEW because our facial features are oddly similar, and that's basically my face on Swerve. So they've race swapped me. They've race swapped me.
Was that you in your prime?
Yeah. I was a young black man 7 years ago, and this is what being a stay-at-home father has done to me. Learn your lesson, kids.
I'm white.
Yeah.
Yep, turned you white.
There's a joke to be made there, but that's for Patreon. You got to pay for those. You got to pay for those jokes. We can't do that live. And maybe later during my Twitch gaming bathtub stream, we'll talk. I'm trying to make money here, folks. Pay me to keep my clothes on and stay out of the tub. It'll work. My people are notoriously drawn to money. Let's see. So Skip's exploring the pool house, and he goes inside with whatever plant he has in his hand. And he's scared by a cat who somehow got their way in there. The old cat jump scare in the horror movie. And then we see him kind of get grabbed from behind. And they did, like I said, it was a tense scene.
Yeah.
It really was.
Mhm.
And it worked because at first you're like, wait, what? You know, it's like, holy shit. So it just got serious, you know? So it was nice. And let's see where we're at here. See. Oh, yeah. The next morning, they are, what are we doing here? We're out. They're playing soccer. They're just out playing a rousing game of soccer. And then they're like, hey, has anybody seen Skip? And they're like, not since last night. We haven't seen him. We haven't seen Skippy.
And okay, so yeah, and then in the kitchen we see Muffy, and she's making breakfast, and she, like, her hair's all a mess, and she's in like her nightgown or robe or whatever, and she's like all wigged out and acting weird, and she's like, oh, I forgot to get dressed and everything, and she like rushes past Biff. I guess we're calling him Biff. And
It's
he's
Biff.
like, I wonder who made her night.
Yeah, clearly something's up with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they go down to the same boat dock, and because that dude was moping again about the whole school thing. So they go down to the dock, and she puts the towel down, and they're about to do stuff. Well, then that's when they see the body underneath float. And then that's when they come back up and go, has anybody seen him?
Yeah.
What a good group of friends to just let their friend go, just be outside.
Yeah, all night,
drunk and moping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. They're and Rob, he's got the towel. He's like, in the pool house. Like, I'm like, oh, a little Rob, a little effeminate already. But
Yeah, and
no,
then I don't know if you saw it or not. You might have saw it, but like as soon as that happens, she straight just grabs his junk.
I
before
saw
they
that.
started kissing, and I was like, wait,
did
what?
she just grab that dude's junk? Amy!
you go, Amy Steele. She's like, I'm going for it. She just got a handful. She's like, fuck it, I'm doing it. I don't care. She's like, this wasn't a Weinstein movie, so no, she was like, nah, look, I'm doing this.
Muff vocation, okay.
Okay, so Steve's got we need.
That's
Okay,
the
so
slam version
on
of
Tommy's
stuff.
streams, we got a drive-by comment of the night, and Stig's got it. When a woman, I'm not reading that out loud. You do it.
When a woman sits on your face, you can die from muffication. I feel like
T-shirt.
I feel like that's a t-shirt. And I also feel like, what is it? Mads Mikkelsen in Rogue One. It's a peaceful life.
I
It's like-
love Mads Mikkelsen.
It's I've seen, it's like, hey, look, that's the kind of death I'd pay for, to the tune of about $500 an hour in a hotel room. I'm not a Carradine, but I'm just saying, it's a noble death. It's a very noble death. That's the way to go, right there. Surrounded by the people that mean the most to you, my fetish hooker, an 8-ball, and a bunch of whiskey. We're fine. It's like leaving Las Vegas, except I'm not in Las Vegas. Well, I'd probably go out there to do it. Anyway, moving right along from my own fucking future plans, my own future endeavors. Jesus Christ, where are we at?
They're going to look for. They're asking, where have you seen him all night? And then after,
Hold on.
Yeah.
So it's Amy and I forget his name already. They're
Rob.
kind of getting to it, and then
Yeah.
somehow, Skip, was that the one who's missing?
Yeah, Skip's missing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Skip's one
And then
that's
she
missing.
sees him, and
Yeah, sees him floating, and then they come
Yeah, he
back up
just-
and they're like, "Have you seen Skip?" And everybody's like, "No, he's been out all night."
I think we saw him in there. I don't know.
We saw him and he's dead. Well, you just asked us if we saw him, motherfucker, and then you tell us he's dead. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Well, they think
they're
it's
like,
a joke
let's go
because
look.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go look, and they go
Yeah,
looking.
yeah.
you kind of buried the lead there. Hey, have you guys seen Skip? By the way, we just saw his body float by. He was pale as a ghost. We think he's dead,
Mhm.
and then he disappeared. Go. But why did you start with that? Huh?
Because all she wanted was some duck.
Want that drip? You just want some drip? Amy was like, she goes, yeah, I was in the mood. She, pardon me, Trina, but she dried up like the fucking Sahara when that corpse floated by. She's like, no,
Yeah.
no.
It's
No.
understandable.
Yeah, that kind of kills the mood. As a guy, you're like, I didn't see that shit. I don't fucking care. Come on, girl.
My question would be: why are you looking down there? Like, look at me.
Right? I'm here. Eye
It was me.
contact. Eye contact. You're not a hooker. Let's kiss on the mouth. This isn't Pretty Woman. It's like, come on, give it a hawk tool. Let's go. Anyway,
Listen to me.
just give it a hawk tool and we'll fucking work with it from there. Jesus Christ.
So
This
the
is where
friends go hunting.
So they go hunting, yeah.
Clippers.
Chaz and Biff and Rob. Yeah, I think. Yeah, they go out into the woods, but they split up. Of course, horror movie. Let's fucking split up. So Biff armed himself, though. He had like a oar or something. He
Yeah,
grabbed off-
something like that.
something like that. He grabbed off
a
the
sharp oar or something.
yeah. So he grabbed that and he's searching alone in the woods, and we keep going back to the fucking snake. We see the snake. He goes towards the snake. He moves away from the snake. He goes towards the snake, and the snake's like, motherfucker, I'm gonna bite you. And all of a sudden, he Friday the 13th and
Yeah,
ankle
It's a
snare
very
trap.
Friday the 13th scene right there.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. He's swinging around and the snake is snapping at him and just out of reach. And then you see the boots approach and kick the fucking snake out of the way. And you get that look on his face. He's like, it was just it was Friday the 13th in that scene. It was like, oh, this is the fucking scene right here where Terry leaves old boy hanging. I mean, she should have. He shot her in the ass with a fucking slingshot. And, Biff is in much the same precarious situation here. But, yeah, so now Biff is he's off the table. Nancy. This is where they cut to Nancy here, and she's like sitting in the garden on that bench, and she's like kind of crying.
Yeah, because of the tape recorder thing.
Yeah.
Which, and then she sees, is it Muffy?
Muffy, yeah.
Yeah, I hate that name.
I know.
But,
I know.
yeah.
It's awful. Yeah,
Just
she confronts Muffy about the tape. She's like, "How did you know? How did you know?" And it's not explicitly told at this point, but we get the idea that some, like the tape of the crying baby in the closet is personal for Nan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Left open to the viewer's
imagination.
I was like, well, I don't know if it's supposed to like mean like bad childhood, or she's afraid of babies crying, or
something. Maybe she had a baby or something.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
she,
we don't know.
Because she went up
point.
to confront her, and Muffy's like, "I don't even know what you're talking about."
What you're talking
about. Yeah. She's like,
"Would you like some tea? Would you like some tea?"
Oh yeah, I didn't know what everybody wanted, so I got it all.
I told Tyler, I said, "Hey, when your grandpa passes away, I just want to look at you and go, hey, I know you're having a rough time. You want some tea? You want some tea? You want some tea?"
Tea and scones. It's the Finer Things Club.
Tea and crumpets.
Tea and crumpets. Make sure you have that pinky up when you're drinking that. You gotta sip that tea with the pinky up.
No, SpongeBob, no.
When they realize Biff is gone, they attempt to phone the police on the mainland. They're gonna try to call the constable, and this is Muffy and Ginny try to make tea, and then the faucet doesn't work. The water
shoots out some fucking gunk or something.
Yeah, it's like brown fucking. It looks.
Yeah, it
looks
kind of looked like shredded up like body parts.
It looks like the water in Flint, Michigan, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
It is what it is.
Yeah. So, these characters' names are not sticking. So
no, it was difficult because they didn't really do a good job establishing the names in the beginning.
Yeah,
I had to keep looking up the cast on my phone while I'm watching the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had an IMDb tab open.
Yeah.
For
so most of the movie.
It's those two that go off because
there's no water, so they're like,
hey, let's go to the well.
Yeah, let's go to the well.
Oh, Hal and Nikki.
Yeah, Hal and Nikki.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna get it, and then he drops the fucking bucket, and she's making fun of him for dropping the bucket, and she leans up, look at the bucket, and drops the fucking flashlight.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, and then they talk, and then that's when he goes, "I'm gonna plow your field."
I'm gonna plow your field.
Yeah.
Bro, what?
Yep.
He's trying to like make sexy talk the entire time. He's like, "I'm gonna get down this well and get you some water." And she's like, "I'm not impressed." Oh, I dropped the bucket. Can I see the light?
Whoops.
Whoops.
I thought at that point she dropped the flashlight. They're gonna be like, all right, let's just fuck. Like I was like,
I thought so too. I was like, oh no.
This is the next logical progression. Like just hook
if she
up
dropped the
point.
flashlight, she goes 1 hour even.
Yeah. It's like, hey, stepbrother, I'm stuck in the well. I was waiting for it.
So to prove that she has lady balls, she goes down there.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, I like the fact that he waited until her head was right there at his dick. He said, "Oh, I want to plow your field."
That's not when he said it.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, she was sitting on the ground when he said it.
Well, he said something else when her head was right there at his
Something.
dick.
I don't remember what he
I was
said.
like, why would you say that right there? Who's in charge of this thing?
Yeah, I know, right?
So, anyways, she goes down there. By the way, before she even went down there and they showed that water, I was
gross
like,
looking anyway.
"Ugh, I don't want that. I'd rather fucking just be thirsty.
Yeah.
I don't want to drink that. Oh.
Yeah. And when she falls into the water, because one of the rungs that's on the side of the well fucking breaks. Yeah, all the fucking it's Biff's head that pops up first, and then I can't remember. It was Biff and was it Skip? Yeah, Skip's head,
Skip.
and then the one Nancy. Was it Nancy?
Was it Youngblood?
Yeah, it was. I think it was Nancy. Her body, like
her whole body just
fucking
came
body
out.
just floats up, and Nikki's like freaking out. and you see Hal's kind of slipping, but he pulls her up out of the fucking well, and you know they get out of there. It's like Jesus Christ. Oh, it's Buck. It was Buck. It was wait, no. They think it's happening. They're in the house, and they're like they think it's happening because of what happened to Buck. Like it's revenge for what happened to his face. And let's see, the sheriff calls them, and he's talking to Rob. Rob answers the phone, and Rob tells him what's happened, and the sheriff's like, it can't be Buck. I've been with him all day in the hospital. I've been by his side. So we got Biff, Skip, and Nancy dead now, and I said in kayfabe they're dead, only in kayfabe. What's up, witchy woman? Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you. Make sure to subscribe to me and Trina. And
and me.
And Tyler's link is in the description.
Yep. Everybody's in the description.
Let's see. I made sure. Yep. Tyler's link's in there.
Yeah, Muffy tried to give her some water. She's like, "Oh God, water!"
Yeah.
She's like,
Yeah, she's
Perrier
like,
or whatever.
It's Perrier. Yeah.
And then I was like, "Wait, where the fuck did you get that?"
Yeah, where did that come from? If you need water.
Fucking rich people, you know they got that rich ass water laying around somewhere. Fucking liars, man. Oh yeah, hey, go fucking die in the well. I've got a case of Perrier right over here. Plebs.
Yeah, and that's when the phone call stuff happened.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, that's when the sheriff calls, and then Muffy, she found Ginny was in the study, and she sees a picture of twins on the fucking desk, and she's like, and then Muffy comes in, and she's like, "It's my father's study," and her eyes are all bugging out of her fucking head.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
want to go
Father's
close
study.
and lock all the windows for safety.
Yeah, at that point, I was like, bro, they just locked themselves inside
Yeah.
with the potential serial killer.
Mhm.
Like this is not a wise decision that you just made. Like this is a good stereotypical horror movie decision you just made.
Wasn't that also the part where, like, I think she said, like, sometimes the ferry never even gets all the way up here. It never makes
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Or it
Yeah.
takes a while.
It takes more than a night.
Yeah, something like that.
So
Yeah, because
where
they
did you
call. So one of the guys calls the constable, and because they think like the ferryman is responsible, and he's like, no, I've been with them or someone, and he's like, no, I've been visiting him in the hospital all day. Not the ferryman, was one of them anyway, and then they go around and he's like, yeah, I'll be there as soon as I can. I'll shoot up a flare and whatnot. And so, yeah, they go around, they decide to stay in, and they're locking up. And as they're locking up, the Muffy is like, yeah, sometimes, they don't even make it here. And if they do, they don't make it to the island, or like off, like from the boat to the island or something like that. And the way she says it is really creepy. Like tons of like bells are going off.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially too, just like how fast she went from how she looked to this. Like she just like
Yeah, she looks like she's seen some
or
shit.
hasn't slept in days. Like her eyes are
Yeah.
so dark.
The descent,
That's the same woman?
I'm like, something happened. What's wrong?
the descent
Yeah.
into madness was steep and swift.
Yeah.
Bad batch, man.
Let's see where are we here? So Hal goes to his room, and he's got a 38 in his bag.
Which was unexpected, because he asked Muffy, where do you keep your guns? And she's like, we don't keep guns here.
Yeah.
And then he goes up and he grabs a gun out of his suitcase.
Yep.
Yeah. That's isn't that also the part where she goes in there and he tries to be like funny with her? Like he's like trying to cheer her up?
Was that this? Hang on.
Or did I just miss the whole damn thing?
I don't know. Now I'm wondering if I missed it, because
I know,
don't
I
have it.
I don't have anything. After
Yeah.
that, I said all the guests start revealing their like clue items that they discovered in their individual rooms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Because the guy was like, it was nothing. It was just stupid paper clippings.
Yeah, they start. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, and they're arguing with each other.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
Amy Steele's character, no, Nikki, she goes, well, I want to know how. No, it wasn't Amy Steele's character. It was another one. She's like, I want to know how Muffy knew about all this stuff. And then as she is saying that, Kit gets up and she's like, what is going on? What's happening with us? Remember we talked about friendship and then at this point Muffy walks up and she's like, I'll be in my room. And I think it was Harvey that said, well, I don't think you should be alone. And she's like, this is my house. I'll be in my room.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, she's like, we're supposed to stay together. We're not supposed to split up. We're not supposed to be alone.
Yeah.
Oh, we were friends.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to sing the song from Miami Connection. Friends for eternity, honesty and loyalty. No, Miami Connection fans in the house. You guys need to watch.
That went over my head.
You guys need to watch that. You need to watch Miami Connection. It's fucking amazing. It'll change your life. Maybe not for the better, but it's just a hilarious schlock movie. But no, she's arguing, we're supposed to be friends. Yeah, so they all split up, and Hal posts up on the stairs. So let's see. He's on the stairs with the gun small of his back. Nikki starts packing up all her shit, and she's arguing with Chaz because she's like, I'm gone. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. I'm done.
And Chaz is messing around, so he puts on one of the S&M headgear things.
Bring out the gimp.
Yeah, yeah. And so he's messing around. She is in absolutely no mood to mess around. And so he's laying on the bed. She leaves the room, and he's just like laying there. And then it like lingers for a second on him on the bed, and like at this point you expect someone to come in the room and like do something, but that doesn't happen. And then you see and he goes like, he's calling for his like, Nikki, come and get it. And then he's just like laying there, and then she comes back in the room and she's talking and she's putting like her shoes on and stuff. She's ready to go. She's had enough. And he's not responding. So she gets mad. She gets up and she moves his hand because she thinks
he's holding his package.
Yeah, yeah.
She's just doing a silent thing like, touch it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And she moves his hand, and then we see like there's blood where his penis would be.
No more pee-pee.
He got stabbed in the throat.
Yeah. Also, did anyone catch that line that he said when she left the room? Oh, I wish I could breathe in this thing. Yeah. That mask, he's laying on the bed. He's like, I wish I could breathe, man.
I thought he suffocated in it at first. I was like, wait, he's not responding. What's going on?
Yeah, and then he moves his hand. I was like, oh my God.
Yep.
They took his baby maker.
Another Friday the 13th death. A guy getting stabbed right in the throat.
While wearing a gimp mask.
Yeah. And then it's perfect. And then she takes a step back, and then we see like the closet door open, and we see a pair of men's feet, and you see like the look on her face, like she's about to get it. Yeah.
Yeah, one of those things, another Friday the 13th thing where it's like, gotcha, but like, what happened?
Yeah. It's like, wait,
yep. Yeah, like it. Whatever happens off screen, as far as we're concerned.
Yeah, it's in that level of ambiguity adds something to it too. It's kind of neat, it works in context of the movie once we get to the finish. And Rob and Ginny are in the attic at this point playing flowers. They're playing flowers in the attic, and he says the sheriff tells them not to be alone with Muffy. And this is where they find all the placeholder dolls arranged in murder fashion, basically, of all their deaths. And they see that, and then you see through the window up there the flare, and you can hear it going off from the approaching constable. And I said then they scatter to search for their compatriots. And Ginny and Rob at this point, they separate.
Mhm.
And they kind of realize they're alone. And they find Ginny goes into the bedroom, I think it was her, and she finds Chaz and Nikki, and they're basically all blood all over the floor in the bed. And Hal's hogtied and hung. Like, I was like, oh shit! Like this, he was a Carradine after all. Like, goddamn! Like he was like, I can't do it without you, Muffy. I can't, and he hung himself while he was never mind. But they find the note about Muffy being an escaped mental patient at this point. But
well, before that, they see the flare light.
Yeah.
And so they head downstairs, and Kit's like, I want to get our friends first, and so they go to Nikki's door, and it's locked, like she can't get in. And
that's right.
Rob is looking for Harvey at the same time. And then Kit goes to another room. I think it's the room that she was in originally. She goes in, the door closes behind her, and she goes to reach for the doorknob. The doorknob comes off in her hand, and the lights are off. And so she's looking around, and she opens like another door in the room, which leads like it's sort of. It seems like the rooms are connected. And she opens a door, and then Rob comes in, and she tells him that Nikki's door is locked, and so he manages to open it, and she's like, I'm telling you, it was locked. And that's when they see the we see blood on the bed and floor, but we don't see bodies or anything, but we see the blood on the floor and everything. And then they go and they go to run out of the house, and she's like, we got to get Muffy. And he's like, no, leave her. And she's like, no, we gotta get her and stuff. And
because she was like, she's my friend.
Yeah. She was the only one that was really being good to Muffy.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes to her door, and she has trouble opening, like she's trying to like barge in, and that's when we see Harvey hanging.
I'm Harvey, but you can call me Hal.
Yeah.
And it's after that is when they book it outside, and then they go to the dock.
Yeah.
I think they're trying. Yeah, they were trying to take the spare boat, but then they remembered that the second key is in the house, like Muffy mentioned earlier. And then they look back at the house, and they realize that all the doors that were open are now closed.
Yep.
Yeah, because the sheriff showed up with Muffy's boat, and then he's nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Like the boat's there, and that's where like, well, fuck it, we'll take the boat. And then the keys are gone. Yeah, she's like, I'm not going back. I can't go back in there. Because they were supposed to be in the kitchen, like in the cabinet or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then at some point, that's when they realize about the paper, or about her twin sister, Buffy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's a paper on the boat.
Yeah, and then because they go down to the basement, they follow that blood trail, and they end up in like the basement where Muffy was at the beginning of the movie, and they see the growth chart on the wall, Muffy and Buffy, and then they find the painting, and she points it out to Rob. There's the fucking painting. You see the eyes behind it, but they're still. And Rob's got, I don't know, he has some kind of gimmick in his hand, and it reminded me of Paul and Ginny in Friday the 13th part, where he's got the fucking pitchfork, and she opens the door, and the Muffin, the little dog, comes running in. So Amy Steele's in two horror movies with little dogs.
And this is also where we find out that her sister, like they're twins, Muffy and Buffy.
Yep. And
Buffy has been housed in a mental facility for the last few years. But
Muffy.
It doesn't say. Yeah, it actually, the letter doesn't say Buffy. It just says Miss St. John.
Yep.
But we know it's because Kid's like, well, no, she hasn't. She's been at our school all this time. And then when they go in the basement, we see Muffy and Buffy's growth charts, and then the picture that that she finds on the desk in the office makes sense because they were twins in the picture. And I thought when we first saw it, they were boys.
I
They were
did.
twins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
but
oh
no,
shit, is this sleepaway camp?
But it turns out that it's Muffy and Buffy in the picture.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. So now all we know is that that Buffy is an escaped mental asylum patient, and they find Muffy's clothes in the wood stove down the basement.
Yeah, that's right. They're burning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and we see like we kind of see Buffy, she shuts the basement door that they had crawled in, and now there's no way out for them anymore. So they go upstairs, and then this is where like a lot of things start happening all at once in the movie.
Yep, they that's when they it's when they finally get to the kitchen because they're frantically looking for a set of keys.
Yep.
Mhm.
And they split up again.
Well,
Yep.
and then Buffy's outside the door.
Or outside the window.
Outside the window, and somehow she
Oh!
sticks a machete or something like straight.
That knife through the
Yeah.
door.
Yes.
open
I'm
it.
like, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
Ah.
that scene where you have Kit in the kitchen and Buffy or Muffy outside the door, and she's like banging on the door to get in, and she's looking in because there's a window on the door. That was creepy. Like, that was well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked that. I like how they did that.
And then Rob, like, I guess he goes to like, it's like a pantry or something to find like,
Yeah.
a weapon or something. Because at that point, Buffy got in.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking door closes and he can't get out.
He's locked in
Kid!
there.
Can't open the door.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Kid!
Yeah.
So Kit is face to face with
Yeah.
the killer at this point.
Buffy.
So now it's like a chase.
Yeah.
Little cat and mouth, if you will.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, and she looks okay. So this was really good acting because she's got that huge knife, and she's like slowly kind of stalking Kit. You know, like it's just really well done because she's not moving fast toward her, like lunging. She's just like there, like you. I can't really describe
It's
it.
like mentally, she's like, if she is a mental patient,
Yeah.
like she's like, there's nothing behind those eyes when she's like walking towards her very slowly.
Yes.
And no matter what Kit says, like she's just not listening. She's just like, you're gonna die.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so well acted. Like, big props to this girl.
The entire time,
Yeah.
the Rob is yelling, "I love you, Kit!
Yeah.
I love you!"
Oh my
It's
god.
just screaming bloody murder and just,
And the way that Buffy jumps up on the table.
fucking WWE that shit. Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah, like I was like, no shit. It was just awesome.
I know. I wish my knees would let me jump like that still. Jesus, dude.
Snap, crackle, and pop.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then like those doors that open between the
double doors.
living room and dining room. Yeah, those
Yeah.
are closed. And so Buffy is right up like toward Kit against the doors. Kit manages to kind of reach through, get through the door, and then we see everyone sitting in the living room and they're not. It's like they're
It's like almost like a different scene. You're like, wait, what? Wait, why the fuck are they so calm?
It's like a silent film because you don't hear anything.
No,
very weird.
I thought she was dreaming or like.
Yep.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, it was very weird. Yeah,
I thought it was like a hallucination or something at first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so just before like the big, like, climax as well happens, like where you find out everything. The guy is in the closet or in the pantry with Rob.
Yeah.
Fucking Rob is screaming bloody murder. Ah, get it!
Yeah,
and he's
yeah,
just staring at him with like half of his face all fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. They have like a zombie scene on him.
Yeah.
Rob is absolutely losing his shit in that pantry closet thing, and it's so good because the dude, I don't know who it was, but
I forget his name.
yeah, the gouged eye dude.
Oh,
He
Buck. That's Buck.
Buck. Yeah.
Buck. Okay, so yeah, so Rob is like, I love you, and then the dude goes, I love you too, babe, and then like
Yeah.
Rob looks at him, screams at him, and punches him in the face.
Yep.
And then the dude grabs him by the neck, and it looks like a zombie scene at this point. And but he ends up kissing him, and Rob is still freaking out, screaming.
Yeah, because at this point he still hasn't revealed like the big thing. He kisses him. Ah!
Yeah.
What is happening? He was having like
Hilarious.
a moment. He's like,
Yeah.
he almost gave himself a heart attack at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. And so he takes the like the eye gouge, the prosthetic off, and puts it on Rob.
Fucking slaps it right on his chops.
And
That
he
was
goes
fantastic.
even harder with the screaming.
Yeah, he starts freaking out more.
Yep, he runs out screaming, and then he finds everyone in that room.
Yeah, because he's like booking it in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Like, Kit! I don't know what to tell you at this point. Kit, we gotta get the fuck out of here. And then I think finally at this point is when fucking Muffy like does like the thing with the knife.
Yes.
Somehow, like it's fake. I was like,
And then everyone starts laughing.
yeah, I was like, at that point I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yep, and they're like, ah, and then like,
get it? Like
April
we all had a
Fools.
role in this.
Yep.
Like it was Buck was the makeup artist, right?
Buck was the makeup artist.
Yeah.
And the captain of the boat was like the normal ferry driver. The sheriff was her uncle who owned like this big ass company. And yeah, everybody had a part to play. And Muffy reveals that she planned the whole thing because she's going to turn the house into like a whodunit bed and breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And she wanted to beta test on everybody without their knowledge. She's like, the guests are going to know what they're getting into, but I had to see if it was viable, basically.
Yeah, to make money for the business.
Yeah, well, if that was like a real thing and they put it to that extremity, like I want to go.
Right?
I know.
That's fucking awesome. I'm like, I'm down with that shit.
That was super impressive.
Yeah. That was
still at this point, fucking Rob and Amy are just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just happen to know this makeup artist who makes really good, severed heads.
Yeah, and he explained, he's like, yeah, these were just extra props we had laying around. We just dressed them up to look like, you guys. And then he's like, here you go, big boy. Tosses Biff his fucking head. Like, which was really funny. And I said at this point, they get to all the fuckery. They get fucking wasted and party. And,
fucking break out the bottles of champagne.
Yeah,
for everyone.
Wheels out a fucking a cart full of fucking probably Dom, and they're just drinking out of the bottles and
spraying it everywhere,
dumping
it on Muffy,
dumping on Muffy, fucking
feeding it to the head.
Oh, the guy fucking has like his own severed head, and he's like, oh no, it's getting lower. Oh no.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it was his own head. It was.
I think it was.
No, it was somebody else's head.
Well, either way, it was a dude's head on
Yeah.
a dude's crotch. Oh no, it's getting lower.
No, it was one of the chicks' heads.
No, it wasn't. It was. Well, either way, it's fucking weird.
It's still funny though.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what is happening at this point? So clearly, so no one's dead. Like everyone's just getting fucking shit faced, and even Amy somehow is like, oh, I'm on board with all this, and she gets fucking trashed.
Yep.
Everyone gets trashed.
Yep.
And then after that, we cut to it's Muffy.
Yeah.
Yeah, going upstairs, still finishing her bottle.
Still.
Yeah.
She gets to her room, and then she sees on her bed she got a little birthday gift, or a little present. She's like, what do we got here? So she opens it, and like a child, like she looks at it, and she's like, opens it and she sees that it's the
Jack in
Jack in the
Box,
Box.
yeah.
Yeah. So she's like she has like that drunk moment going on. And did you see the bottle fell over? She went to the bottle. So then she's like looking at it, and this is the part where it's like, this is like drunk that I've seen. It's like she starts and she's almost at the end. She puts it down.
Nope, I'm not doing it.
Nope.
And she grabs it again.
And then she yeah, and the most fucking random thing happens is how the movie fucking ends at this point. Because I think as when the thing pops open, is fucking grabbed by the back of the hair and then slit throat, and I was like, oh shit, like, okay, so I guess it's gonna be like the beginning of like the actual murders or something. I don't even remember who slit her throat at this point.
No, it's just I
like,
don't think we know
who
the
is
woman.
It was Nancy.
Oh, it was?
Because when they were partying, Nancy was still kind of acting all somber and shit. And when she did it, her hair was like all slicked back, and I think she was dressed in black.
Okay. That's
and
why I didn't.
She had the gimmick knife
that.
with the blood squirter on it, and she's like "Happy April Fool" or "April Fools."
Yeah,
or
April
something
Fool's
like
Day.
Yeah,
and I was like,
I just pretended to slit your throat. Ha, isn't that funny? Ha.
Isn't that funny? You fell for it. You're drunk.
And she's sitting there like, oh, what just
Oh
happened?
God. I was like, wait a minute, no, this is not how this ends. And then
Didn't they show like the Jack in the Box and what was in it?
it was a clown.
It was a clown.
But it also winked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
winks at the
because
end.
It was a clown in that one versus like the beginning thing where it was like the monster in the
Yeah.
box. But
Yep.
this Jack in the Box was painted. Like there was no designs. It was just like a solid white box, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they changed
And
it up.
that's April Fool's Day.
That was April Fool's Day. And the song and the ending credits to that, oh my God. That shit was hilarious.
I heard the second line of that song and I was like, oh, wait, what the hell? Is he talking to us?
Hang on. I'm gonna pull it up so we can listen to a couple seconds of that. Because that shit's it's fucking hilarious. Like, what is this? Oh, let's see.
It's almost like a wink to the audience. It's like,
It's like a gag song.
get it?
Yeah.
You fell for it.
Yeah,
You thought.
Let's see. Credits. Let's see if it's on YouTube. Does this have the credits? No.
So I don't know how everyone else felt when that all happened and it was revealed that it was all prank and even the ending was a fake out, like it was a prank. I was so fucking mad. I was like, you sons of bitches.
Yeah.
This doesn't even count as a horror at this point. I mean, yeah, it's got the suspense and everything, but no one actually dies.
Yeah.
It's black comedy. That's what it really is. It's like a tasteful black comedy.
Yeah.
I felt wronged.
I know. There was I thought there was no nudity. Was I don't think there was. There wasn't. There was zero nudity in this movie. Not one death.
Not a real one.
Not a real one. Yeah, you had a bunch of fake out deaths. I mean, it was a fun movie, but it was a comedy. I don't really. I mean,
It's more suspenseful.
Yeah.
It plays until the end. It feels like a horror movie because you don't know that everything is fake.
Yep.
Yeah, and as most slasher fans are very accommodated, and they've seen so many movies that are like Friday the 13th, and this one follows very closely in its steps of like a whodunit or what that could be out there. But
I kept getting, for some reason in my mind, and I've never even seen this movie to begin with. Or actually, I think I have, but I don't remember which one it was because there's so many of them. But I kept getting a Clue, like the movie Clue feeling from this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's in the kitchen. Yeah.
It was Muffy in the kitchen with the container of tea.
I didn't know what you guys wanted, so I got them all.
Yeah. We're just gonna make it all. All right, crazy.
So I guess that's just like the Friday the 13th side of me that's dissatisfied that it wasn't real, because I guess it's what I'm accustomed to. It was very, I thought, like, very, it kept my whole attention the entire time, but like as soon as it was revealed that it was all a joke, I was like, no.
You're just like, oh, come on.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. And even the one at the end, that made me even more mad. I was like, damn it. Because, like, a lot of really good actors in this. Like, not the greatest characters, but, like, you still knew something about, like, pretty much every character, even though a lot of them got, like, fuzzed together. I'm like, Chaz and whoever the fuck else. Yeah. But I'll say this. After I found out that there was a 2008 remake to this fucking thing, I was like, oh shit, did we watch the wrong one?
Yeah.
So I watched the trailer for the 2008 remake.
Yeah, we watched it and we were like, oh my God. We were like, this is terrible looking.
Okay, we're going to watch the trailer because I've never... Trina, have you ever seen the trailer
fuck,
for it?
No, I didn't know there was a remake.
I didn't either.
It came out the year.
asked me.
It came out the year after Rob Zombie's Halloween. So Scout Taylor Compton, she's in this movie. And I was like, oh, okay. I recognize her
It's
name.
weird because, like, the camera, how the camera quality is, it looks like how The Walking Dead is recorded, but it's like, it makes you have like a Twilight feeling with it.
It looks like a porno.
Yeah, it looks
like, huh.
But it's got like this weird Twilight feeling to it.
Like the filter on like the lens with the way they shoot it, or just
it looks like it was ahead of its time for like the frames for it. Like it's just weirdly framed, kind of like how The Walking Dead is weirdly framed. How it's a show, but it's not. It has like this just. It looks like it was recorded on like, I guess like a phone, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. And also, this is supposed to be like a direct like remake to this film that we reviewed tonight. But I don't know if the trailer is going to show it off. I think it will. But this is another whodunit because someone actually did something.
Yeah, this is more like the.
This
Clue.
is like
Clue,
and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, go ahead.
Is this? Wait, I'm waiting to see the Blumhouse logo. Was this before Blumhouse 2008? No, this wasn't.
We are so proud to host your debutante ball, which I think you'll find will change your life forever. Cheers.
April Fool's Day.
What's so funny?
What happened to your mouth? April Fools.
A time for friends.
It's so nice to see you. You look divine.
When did you get the nerve and ask her out?
Who's that, Milan?
You?
I see what you're talking about. The camera work.
A time for pranks.
It does look like a porno.
Yeah, bro, it looks like something you find on Stars after 3 a.m.
Sweetheart.
But on this night,
April Fool's Day.
the gag is about to turn.
Oh shit! Table spot.
Dead serious. Now,
Miss Cartier, I found this at the door earlier this morning.
1 year later,
Dear friends, the years passed since my tragic death. I was hoping one of you would accept responsibility.
6 friends must stand together.
If my murderer doesn't come forward, each one of you will die throughout the course of this April Fool's Day.
if they want to survive.
Oh, you think it's a joke?
You're the expert, right? If the person who killed Milan doesn't come forward, then any one of us could be next.
Ryan, who's to say any of us killed him? Whoever this is could be
Is that
drunk or
Giovanni
crazy.
Ribisi?
Sounds to me like you're the one hiding
I think
something.
so.
It's not Ryan. He's dead.
Get her out of here!
We need to call the cops.
Someone's trying to set us up. Neither one of us killed Milan.
You're lying.
Oh,
April Fool's.
God.
April Fool's dick.
Yeah, do you see what I mean about how the camera quality? It kind of looks like it looks like how some of those like shows on like Hallmark or on Christmas play
It
that
looks
like a
you've never
Tubi
watched
movie.
before, and it's just like
It looks like a Tubi movie.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it definitely does.
man.
Low budget.
It's lit like a
See?
porno.
Yeah.
It is. It absolutely is. That's the first thing when I'm watching the establishing shots and the texture to the film and everything that you. Well, it was filmed. It's 2008, so it's probably filmed in 07, late 06. Yeah, I'd say 2007.
Yeah, like I
That
said,
did-
this is right after like Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Yeah.
So Scout was like either doing this at the same time as that movie or as soon as it finished filming for that one. I got another opportunity.
I don't know if I'd call that an opportunity, Scout.
Yeah, I was talking to him yesterday. I was like, oh, he didn't specify in the email if it was the 86 or the 08 version. And we watched the 86 one last night, and I was like, fuck, we might have to watch the 08 version, Tyler.
Yeah, we were just like, oh,
no,
please.
no. I was like, should I just rent it just to be safe?
Yeah, I know you emailed me. I was like, oh shit, yeah, it's 86. It's 86. Because I like when you asked me that, I looked it up and I'm like, there is another one. I was like, wait, there's another one. I was like, there's another.
Yeah, I didn't even know it existed. I was just curious. I was like, this is such a remakeable kind of thing because it's a pretty solid like entry, and it's also a very easy kind of like execution.
Yeah.
It's also something that you can do these days where it's like if someone made April Fool's part whatever and they do it today, yeah, it definitely looked like sci-fi like movies as well.
Yeah.
If someone did it today, you know, they would ramp up the gore, they would ramp up the boobs, and they would probably either end it the same way or they would throw a curveball at us. So I was curious, and I was like, "Oh my god, there's a remake!" And then I saw the trailer, and I was like, "Oh my god, there's a remake!"
It's like, no, please, no. All right, so Tyler, go ahead and score this thing 1 to 5. What do you think?
Oh my god, it was pretty high for me, like until we got to the very end. 1 to 5, like oh man, if I could just forget the last 10-15 minutes of the movie. If we just ended on her like killing the two main characters, it would have been a solid like 4 for me. But it's like I give it a 3 because the characters were tolerable. But at the same time, this isn't a movie I'm going to be like, I'm going to come home from work one day and be like, you know what I need to watch? I need to watch April Fool's Day, dog.
Yep.
Yeah.
I need to roll me a fat bluntie and just get blitzed.
Crack open a Sunny D high rise.
That's what makes it tolerable, being intoxicated.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my rating for it.
Jace, what about you?
I honestly, because like I've never seen this movie before. I've never even heard of this movie until he was telling me about this. And getting into it, I was like, okay, interesting. But as the movie progressed, I was just kind of like, you know, kind of just wondering. I'm like, where is this even gonna go? Because I'm thinking of the whole April Fool's thing, so I'm just like, confused the whole time. I'm like, where is like the big spoiler supposed to happen? You know, I'm just like, what is gonna happen here?
Where's the blood?
Yeah, but when it gets to the end and it's like, oh, it's one huge big joke, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, fuck you.
Well, I guess it makes sense now, but I will say it's creative in the point of the fact that they managed to do a movie where everybody pretty much dies, but then it's like, oh, hey, guess what? It's a huge prank. No one actually died. I give them creativeness for that, but I honestly was not a really big fan of this, so I'm probably going to give it like a 2 just because of the creativeness for it.
All right. 2 of 5 and 3 of 5. Trina?
All right, so yeah, I love the practical effects. I feel like the acting was great. I love the premise of the movie, and yeah, the twist at the end is absolutely not foreseeable. So I love that. I would say that the only thing I didn't like about the movie is that with horror, the general expectation is that it doesn't end good for at least one person, whereas in this movie, everybody makes it out. That's odd.
Yeah.
I think it would have been probably like 4.5 if they had killed Muffy at the end, or you know, just something like that. And then like actually have a crazy twin sister, or you know, something like that. Just some evil twist to it. It would have been a 4.5. So, in light of that, I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
3.5 out of 5. Okay. Yeah, I love the practical effects. I love the practical effects. The cinematography was really good. I think this was shot pretty well for $5 million budget for a movie like this in 1986. I mean, that's pretty substantial if you translate into, inflation and everything. The cast was solid. Cast was one of the best parts of the movie, honestly. Yeah, the way they killed the characters off sequentially, leading up until you find out it's a work. I was like, yeah, it's a cool slasher concept. I mean, it's pretty paint by numbers, but execution wise, it was done well. But yeah, the reveal that, like I said, and I knew I've seen it before, just going in and it's all been a ruse and she's going to do the whodunit thing. Yeah, I would have appreciated an actual death at the end of it, because it's a complete happy ending. In what is in reality, like you guys said, it's a dark comedy, so it's lacking there. I mean, I liked the movie. It was fun. It was fine. I don't have any vitriol towards it. It didn't make me angry, but yeah, like Tyler said, I'm not gonna come home from work and be like, I gotta fucking sit down, smoke one, eat my fucking my red meat, my fucking potatoes, my other vegetables, and crack open a beer and watch April Fool's Day. It's like, yeah, I probably won't watch this one again for a couple of years now. Now, next year on April Fool's Day, Trina, if it's a Tuesday, we'll be reviewing, which it won't be, but so we get out of it, we'll be reviewing the 2008 one. So,
well, I'm glad it'll be a Wednesday next year.
See, we're lucky. We get out of that one. We might just do it anyway. Might make you do it. No, I'm going to give this one a. God, I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with a 2.5. I'll go with a 2.5.
Wow.
Like I said, not my highest score, but I mean that's about where it is for me. Not as much horror, more dark comedy. I appreciate it for what it is, but yeah, it's a 2.5 movie. It's nothing I'm going to go out of my way to watch again, like I said, for a while. So no, it was fun though. It was fun. Great concept, execution, everything. But like I said, just for me, it's a 2.5 movie. But that's about it. Tyler, go ahead one more time and sell yourself to the audience, buddy.
Okay, I'm not going to be proud of it. Okay, so it's definitely been a while since I posted anything on my channel, but I finally have more stuff underway. As mentioned before, you can find my channel in the link in the description. I post things about mainly horror and cosplay, and like it's still on the edge of becoming metal and horror, but you'll find a lot of Freddy and Jason stuff on my channel, and yeah, I'm getting really huge into the making of costumes and then doing a video on it. I'm actually working on one right now. We have the 2003 remake of Leatherface that I've started on and just have yet to finish. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you guys for being here, man. Appreciate it.
Of course.
The two Tylers. Oh, man, we appreciate it. It's great to have you guys back. As always, you're always welcome, man. Both of y'all, man. It's always fun. Trina, what's going on?
All right. So on my channel at Real Horror, on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, Vinnieart and I, we are reviewing the TV series Hannibal. We're on the last season right now, season 3, and tomorrow night we will be reviewing episodes 3 and 4. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun reviewing that series. But yeah, this stream was a lot of fun. It was awesome hanging out with you again, Tyler and Jason, and of course with you, Etep. And thank you everyone for tuning in as well.
Yeah, thank you to all of our channel members, Patreon supporters. We got tomorrow morning. I'm doing an early show, 9 a.m. Eastern, because it's a fucking Nintendo Direct. The Switch 2 announcements tomorrow. So Tony and I don't know if Draven will be here. If he's not working, I'm sure he'll be here to call me a boomer because I'll mess something up. But I hate you and I love you, Draven. And when you get here for my birthday, I'm going to punch you in the dick just because I love you so much. But no, yeah, we're covering the Nintendo Direct tomorrow. And barring we don't get this punk ass ice storm we're supposed to get, I got wrestling camp tomorrow night, and I'll be taking my mini with me, and he's challenging me again. Well, I got to get my belt back from him because a little shit went over on me last week for my title. So yeah, we'll shoot some more footage out there of me beating. I put my kid in the ring for the first time last week. And we taught him how to throw some moves. So I let him beat on me for an hour before we actually started training. So he had a blast. But yeah, so we're yeah, dude, he was scared to get in the ring at first. I got him in there and he had a fucking ball. There's a short of him up on the channel with my belt. And like I said, I'll shoot some more footage tomorrow night, barring an ice storm. I got more videos. If you haven't seen it yet, Linda Cardellini announced as Pamela Voorhees. I did a video on that the other day. We got a hot Mrs. Voorhees.
Mrs. Voorhees.
Hot Mrs. Voorhees. Jason's mom has got it going on. I can't sing, but you guys know the song. There we go.
Absolutely.
But
and eventually we have to because I know he has done YouTube pretty much about the same time that I have, but he still uploads a lot. So I know he doesn't have your information.
No, dude. Put it in the private chat, and I'm gonna post it up, and I'll put it in the description. Yeah, put your info in there. I know you guys said you never. I was like, I never got your channel info, dude.
That's true. Yeah, if you want to type out your channel and you can explain what you do.
Yeah.
I'm blanking on how to spell.
No pressure. No pressure.
Right.
We're
Do you need
good.
me to pull it up?
Yeah.
No, it's no problem.
Because I'm trying to. It's been a minute. But yeah, basically what I do on my channel is just show off old vintage lights practically and kind of talk about them, the history, the age of them, and show how they work and stuff like that. And so I'm trying to do more stuff in it to where it's going to be more than just that, but it's kind of mostly just based off the old stuff. But eventually I'll start kind of branching and doing other things as well. But I just have so much of it. I'm like, I want to get it kind of going through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in his workspace. I'm like, okay, so which one are you gonna do next? And he's like, oh, man, fuck if I know. I got so many.
Yeah, I know, right?
I told him, I said you should do a video of your whole your light bulb collection.
Yeah.
You got 10 hours?
You got 10 hours?
So you see my my mom before she passed, she would do she'd do some light fixtures like the my in-laws have a bunch of like train station lights they've restored and put in their garage. I'll try to remember to shoot some pictures next time I'm down at their house. I'll show them. They're actually really fucking cool.
I've always wanted to get stuff like some older stuff like that, or just even an old stoplight to rewire and put the controls in it to make it do the sequences, but they're kind of pricey, unfortunately, and it's hard to find the old ones. But yeah, I do all sorts of stuff because I do the lighting, I do lamps, light fixtures, collect old radios, TVs, all sorts of stuff.
Do you know how much money this dude has saved me in lighting and so much that he has fixed around my house?
Oh yeah,
he just does it.
That's the perks of being an electrician.
Yeah, I'm right behind you.
Yeah,
but I'm just like, dude, like the light switch is like not working correctly. He's like, oh, dude, give me like 10 minutes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got
or
it.
if he's
I'm
trying to find something for his collection and stuff,
Yeah.
I'll be able to find him like just knickknacks to add into it.
Like you were the one who gave me that TV.
The
from...
TV, the phone,
yeah.
other stuff.
When was that year? That TV?
That's TVs from maybe the late 70s, early 80s.
There we go. There's your channel right there, and I just subscribed. So there's 260. There you go.
260 now.
There you go. Got you to an even number. There you go. So subscribe to Detective Tyler and Mr. Tyler Wooten. Subscribe to our guests, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Trina, again, thank you for the past year worth of episodes. It has been a fucking blast. And here's to another. And I'll drink my water to that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been awesome.
Thank you. I finished my coffee earlier, so
I know. I finished mine earlier. I was like, the coffee maker's right behind me. I'm like, shit, I kind of want another one.
But guys, we're on Twitch now. You can follow us over there at twitch.tv. I'm just going to post the link in there because I have to change the name because it's still listed under the place to be reviews, which, as we know, we changed the name of the channel a year ago yesterday. But there's us on Twitch over there right now, which I just started yesterday. So, but yeah, thank you everybody for joining us. We appreciate you. Join us tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific for the Nintendo Direct for the Switch 2 release. Until then, I'm Pete from Wrestling with Horror. For our panel, for my co-host, that's Mrs. Co-host to you. We don't see you. Have a great day at Pleasant Bar. We'll catch you on the next one. And remember, it's always better to burn out than fade away.